Kadiko mese mese kwa muri, linjani, muribwanji. Yes, if you do something that you love, you
Yes.
won't ever have to work one day in your life.
Has been holding my music career, man.
Yeah, music is not a chancing thing.
Yeah.
Don't do it unless you are convicted in your heart that you are
Oh,
a songwriter or a singer.
conviction.
Yeah, you have to have conviction. You have to believe it, believe it, believe it.
Yeah.
Mgore wanje, ndagukunda chane chane mgore wanje, muke wangu. Yeah, one love.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to TJK Shares, one-on-one with TJK. This is a place we've promised you will bring you ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And these people come from all over the world. We've taken the world by storm, going on so many different continents, with one purpose of you to learn, relearn, and unlearn. We have taken you to professionals doing different things around the world. We've taken you to gospel singers. We've gone to Brazil, to change makers. We come close at home. I'm a man of two homes, one in Uganda and a home in Michigan, right across from Michigan State University. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited today to bring somebody who is so close to me and also in proximity right here at Michigan State University. My brother and friend, Isaac Kalumbu.
Yes, sir.
Be greeting you and tell you a little bit about himself. Right now, he's the Assistant Director of African Studies at Michigan State University. And note this, among the universities in the United States and I think around the world, Michigan State is the first one to put root on the continent of Africa and create a direct link with African studies in this country. Welcome, my brother. Thank you for joining us. Greet
Thank you.
people, and please also greet your people in your local language because we emphasize these many languages. Our brother and Professor Guji from Kenya died recently, and he had a famous quote about languages. We'll talk about it later, but please greet our people and then go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Makadiko mese mese kwa muri, linjani, muribwanji. My name is Isaac Kalumbu. As Jackson said, I am Assistant Director here in the African Studies Center at Michigan State University. I am originally from Zimbabwe.
Yes. So which language did you just greet people in?
I greeted people in Shona, in Chichewa, and in Ndebele.
Three languages in one, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have
Yes.
any excuses. Isaac, you and I met many years ago at Michigan State University.
That is right.
There was this amazing program, MasterCard Foundation, based out of Toronto, Canada, running a program to bring undergraduates, master's students to work at Michigan State University. And you hired me to actually
Yes.
talk to these students about opportunities, but also lessons learned living in this country. And so then I then got to meet you. I think actually I met you before that at our Rotary Club in East Lansing.
At your Rotary Club, that's right. That's the first time we met.
You did something so special that I followed up also going, I need to know more.
Yes.
Tell us about your parents, your siblings, how you came from Zim to get to Michigan State University, and that journey in a quick summary form.
All right. So I was born in Harare, Zimbabwe, and I grew up in Gweru, which was at that time the third largest city. And this was under apartheid. This is during the Rhodesia time. Zimbabwe was called Rhodesia that time.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a city boy. I was born in the city. never really had a rural background because my grandfather came from Malawi as a migrant worker and came to Zimbabwe. And my father was born in Zimbabwe, and so we became city people because we didn't have a rural home in Zimbabwe. There are five in my family, uh, four boys and one sister. I am right in the middle. And yeah, that's my background.
And their siblings, tell us a little bit how your parents influenced your uh, education. By the way, I said assistant director, I didn't add on PhD.
Okay.
How
Um,
did your parents influence your education and the career you chose to pursue?
so in terms of the education, my parents were just regular parents who wanted to see their kids go to school. And so not going to school wasn't an option. I
Okay.
mean, but my father, he worked in the railways, in the Rhodesia railways, and he had risen in ranks very, very well, very
Mm,
fast. In fact, he was the highest ranked African in the country, along with two other people. The three of them were the first ones to reach that rank that they reached in the railways.
yeah.
So it was an inspiration to see that go on. Um, you wanted to do as well or better than dad,
Yes.
right? And then my mom, she was a disciplinarian. She didn't beat us, but she was very, I mean, all she had to do was look at you and you knew that you were out of line. And she was sort of like the anchor. She she watched us and put us in line. So between those two, your path was kind of straight and you knew what to do.
Very good. I read a quote recently, Isaac. I
Yeah,
said that your parents, but this specifically was about fathers, that your father
yeah,
is the only person in this world who wishes you to be better than them.
exactly. That is exactly right.
You fulfilled your father's wish, and
Yes,
here we are, professor at Michigan State University. You studied music
yes,
and got a PhD in that line. And I love these interviews, Isaac, because I get to learn about people, things that I didn't know. The many years
yeah,
we've known each other, I didn't know you had gone to Bloomington, Indiana. Uh,
right.
why did
Yes.
you choose music as a career?
Well, I would say it
Oh,
chose me, like
it
people
shows you.
tend to say, yeah. Because, from the earliest times,
Yes.
I just remember myself being a musical person. My parents used to send me to buy things at the grocery store.
Hmm.
It would be a good 20 minutes walk to get there.
Hmm.
And it was a fun time for me because it gave me an opportunity to sing all those songs I was hearing on the radio, you
Hmm.
know. And I have fond memories of great songs of the mid 70s to the 80s that we loved, that we heard. Songs from America, songs from the Congo, Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa,
Yeah.
Jamaica. We had all these songs. So I just grew up with music. But once I started going to school, I mean, not once I started going to school, but once I started going to high school, I
Hmm.
mean, clearly there you start thinking about a career. And music wasn't it because there were no opportunities in music.
Hmm.
So when I went to the university, I studied economic history from the University of Zimbabwe. I
Yeah.
actually worked for a couple of years in corporate Zimbabwe at that time as a personnel management trainee. Uh, I was an assistant uh, a personnel officer at the time, just coming out of university. Now, while doing that, that's when, and my trajectory was I was going to become a personnel manager, personnel director, so on and so forth, and
Mhm.
rise through the ranks that way. But something just happened. I opened the newspaper one Sunday afternoon, and the Sunday Mail is a major paper, or was a major paper at that time in Zimbabwe. And in big block capitals, it said ethnomusicologist in training. I said,
Wow,
ethnomusicologist?
that's a
What
big
is
title.
that? Yeah. I said, what is that? So I started reading. Well, this is the Zimbabwe College of Music, and we're looking for somebody to be trained in ethnomusicology so that they can go overseas and learn about music, history, and culture. And the requirement is somebody with a first degree. I said,
Mhm.
these people are talking about me. I couldn't imagine that in the whole nation of Zimbabwe, there
Yes.
was somebody with that kind of background. But do you know what, Jackson? Certain things are just meant to be.
Mm.
When that advertisement came out in the paper, I was already affiliated with the Zimbabwe College of Music. Even though I was being trained as the personnel manager, I was going after work to the Zimbabwe College of Music for training in guitar and drum set,
Mm.
private lessons.
Yes.
So I was feeling that I am more than qualified, because it didn't say that you had to have musical training. They just wanted somebody with a bachelor's degree. So I saw my affiliation with the College of Music as a plus,
Mm.
that I would have one leg above everybody else who would apply, because I was already there.
Yes.
So I applied, went through the interviews, I got the position. So they started training me in some of those musical elements that I did not have. But that was a meeting of my interests, because even though coming up in high school and going to university, I had never given up my interest in music. I was always singing, and while I was at the University of Zimbabwe, before I even finished my degree, I recorded my first single as a singer.
Ah, okay.
Right. I recorded my first single as a singer, and I was working with bands. So me learning guitar and drums was trying to introduce myself to this thing that I love so much, but doing it on the side. But this gave me the opportunity to formalize it. And at that time, reggae music was king in Zimbabwe, because Bob Marley had come there and all these other musicians had come there. So
Mm.
reggae was sort of our music. And when I saw that this would take me to the United States to study for a master's and PhD, I said, that puts me close to Jamaica. So I can really go to Jamaica and record some of the best quality reggae and do
Yeah.
what I really love. So I applied and I got the position. After a 1.5 years training, I went to Bloomington for training in ethnomusicology.
Ethnomusicology, and you didn't just train, you got your master's, you did your PhD. And here we are. I am at a Rotary Club meeting in East Lansing. And
Yes.
here we have a guest person. So, ladies and gentlemen, reintroducing Dr. Isaac Kalumbu, musician, recorded artist, who sings Afro-jazz, reggae, born in Zimbabwe, has been nominated so many times, has recorded so many albums. He has a YouTube channel, and his name through his music is King Isaac.
Yes.
Welcome. One of the reasons really I was itching, and we've been trying to do this for many, many years. It's mostly for young people to understand that we are not one-dimensional human beings. Here you are,
That's right.
you have a career, you have a job at Michigan State University, but you still make time to mentor young musicians, to teach, and also to record and travel and do what you love, which also is a side career, side passion. Talk about how you are able to balance. You're also a father. Are you, I mean, how do you manage to get? I don't call it balance. One time I had a guest here, and I keep giving her credit. I asked her about balancing, and she said, Jackson, it is not even balancing, it is
Yeah.
buckets. You have a bucket of the father, you have a bucket of the big, you have a bucket of the son, you have
Yes,
a bucket
yes.
professor, you have a bucket of assistant director. How do you try to touch all these buckets in it? We all have 24 hours. How do you do it?
I think it's discipline.
Yeah.
You just have to be disciplined. You have to know that at 9 o'clock you're in the office and you have tasks that belong to the office.
Uh-huh.
So your focus is on the office at that time. And when it's 5 o'clock, you can leave. And while you're driving home, if you need to practice something for your song, that's the time for you to put that song in the car and start practicing while you're driving home. When you get home, you do home things. Um, and if you have a little time before the time for bed, you either write a song or you sharpen your vocals or you look through pictures to select which one is going to be on the next album, or you are talking to a producer, or you're going to the studio to record something. But you have to be mindful that you are back in the office at 9. So yeah, it's juggling. You have to juggle the buckets.
Yes. Juggle
Yeah.
the buckets, and that takes a lot of emotional toll. I want to get to the music and the albums you've recorded. So when you are juggling all this, the other thing that many people want to know is how then does Isaac relax?
Oh, when I do, you see,
You are
the
in the
thing,
office. You are in a car instead of making a phone call to Jackson and we get a meal. Now you are practicing music. And
yeah,
editing pictures. You are talking to the producer. You are talking to the president of Michigan State University, the colleagues
yeah,
in the world, mom, dad, or sister, nieces, and nephews. Your son is
yes,
going in the car, is not starting.
right, right.
When do you get your time for you as Isaac, personal time? And if you don't mind, share one thing you do that relaxes your mind for others to learn from.
So the beauty of all of this is that my time is music time.
Yes.
If you do something that you love, you never have to work one day.
Say it again.
Yes, if you do something that you love,
Yes.
you
So,
won't ever have to work one day in your life.
mm,
And I've been trying to make that happen. I've been trying to make that switch from the day job to music full time because that's where the sweet spot is.
mm,
And when I'm doing music, I am not working. I am relaxing.
you are relaxing.
I am creating, and there is no greater joy. I am in the studio, in the booth, lights are turned off, I'm singing my vocals. There is nothing more fulfilling than knowing that I'm in the moment of creation. I am creating something.
Mm,
And when it's done, I can sit back and relax and listen. And the producer and I can listen and say, wow, that's great. And you get even more rewards when people out there appreciate it. So, yeah, I do that. For me, music is my resting and my relaxation and my rejuvenation. However, I would be kidding you if I didn't tell you that music is physically taxing. So, of course, there is need to rest, a
mm,
different kind of rest, like your sleep, the
yes.
God-given rest. So you have to find time to sleep. That's one thing. But the other thing is also that I like walking
Mm,
um, for exercise.
yes.
So I try to put in those 10,000 steps a day, you know,
Good. Yep.
and that helps me, that keeps me mobile and keeps my mind running. And also it's good for heart health and even for the singing, when you can raise the rate of your heart, that's good for your singing. And that's excellent.
That's what has been holding my music career, man. When you raise your heart rate, the singing
Yeah.
gets better.
Yeah, it's about breathing, right? You
Whoa.
know,
All
because
right.
because you bring when you sing, you need air.
Yes.
So if you're just sedentary, if you are not moving, your lungs don't know how to take air in, you know. But if you are active, then
Ah,
your heart rate goes up and your lungs are functioning. When you start singing, it's easier because the more air you have, the stronger your voice. The voice is a wind instrument. So if you don't have wind, you don't have sound.
if you had told me this, I would have 3 recorded albums for the 3 months I write. All recorded in New York. I would halfway and get my reggae music.
Yeah.
Brother, I know I want to talk about the albums. I want to
Okay.
talk about the process of composing because for you write, you compose, you produce, you've done some in my favorite places in the world.
Yeah.
Take us on a journey. How do you come up with the words? How you come up with the rhythm? I mean, I am as green, but now after this, I'm going to go walk, run halfway. I will start doing something, man.
Well, if anything, it will improve your speaking voice.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. So you're asking about songwriting.
The process of songwriting. And you have a new album that just dropped recently,
Yes.
brand new on your YouTube channel.
Yes, yes. So songwriting is a challenge.
Mm,
That's the way I see it. When a song comes to me, I feel challenged and I feel compelled. I feel pressured in a positive way.
hmm
I all of a sudden feel that I have work to do. And that I know I have work to do when a melody and some words enter my mind,
Yeah.
and I know they sound good, and I know that all that's left to do is to work to get them into a song.
You,
So,
mhm.
yeah, go ahead.
You said when the song comes to you.
Yeah.
Where does the song come from? Come to you? I need to break it down for the regular person.
Well, that's an excellent question. That's an excellent question. Where does the song come from?
Yes.
Songs come from everywhere. Songs come from my past,
Yes, sir.
our past.
Uh-huh.
Songs come from the present moment. What's going on right now?
Yes.
Songs come from what you see around you.
Mm.
Songs also come from what you hear people say.
Yes.
And songs come from your imagination.
Yes, sir.
But for me to think that a song is coming to me, I must have a melody and some words. And
Melody and words. Yes.
usually the melody and the words come together at the same time.
Yes.
Then I'll have a feeling that I think I'm in trouble.
Uh-oh. That's when you know trouble is coming, and then
It's work time.
work time.
It's time to work because a melody, you could just get a melody like, you told me that you want to leave.
Yes, sir.
This is something that I believe.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, you got those two lines. Then what?
Build
Then
up.
what? That's the work.
Yes.
But you're feeling that there's something in these two lines that I have. You know, you told me you want to leave,
Yes, sir.
and there's something that I believe. I need you in my life. If you
Yeah.
leave, something just ain't right. Okay? I just made it up right now, but
That's how songs come to you.
that's how they come to me. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
And for me, it's always melody and words. I know that for other singers, they do it differently. Some take a pen and paper and start writing. I don't do that. My songs come from the things I feel, I see, I hear, I remember, or I wish for. If I feel it enough to give me an emotional feeling inside of me,
Yes.
there is likely to be a song coming out of that.
So how many have you recorded? How many
Songs?
you collaborated with other people? Take us inside King Isaac YouTube channel. There are so many, ladies and gentlemen. We will link that channel on here so you can hear it, enjoy it. And while you talk about that, I would like you to talk about the song you recorded in Mbalala, Uganda.
Okay. So my journey of recording has been since 1986. That was my first recording, and I was a university student at the
Yes.
University of Zimbabwe.
Many listeners were not yet born by then.
That's true. That is true. And yeah, that was the beginning of my recording career. It was a single, a reggae single. And then when I moved to Bloomington, I started a band there, and we used to play in the clubs in Bloomington.
Yes.
Even though we were students, we found time to do it. It was really great. That was a wonderful experience. I wrote a lot of songs that the band was playing during that time. Um, my first recording, my first serious professional recording outside Zimbabwe was in Jamaica. When I did a song called Keeping It Away in 1998. I had just moved from Bloomington, Indiana, and I was now here at Michigan State University. My first spring break, I went to Jamaica, which was the dream I had had at the
I
beginning,
saw
remember?
the roots of Bob Marley.
Right.
Man,
And it's interesting that you mentioned Bob Marley, because guess where the name King Isaac came from?
I don't want to guess. Tell us.
What happened was that I had gotten in touch with a producer in Jamaica before I left. And he said, "Do you have a stage name?" I said, "No, I don't." He says, "Don't worry, just come to Jamaica. You'll get one when you get here." So I was like, this guy's kidding. What is he talking about?
Yeah.
Things don't work like that. You just can't go to another country and then they give you a name. So I went, and I went to Bob Marley's studio, to Bob Marley's museum.
Yes.
Because, of course, how can you go to Jamaica and not, how can you be in Kingston and not go to the
I
Bob
don't
Marley Museum? You know,
I've been there.
Uh, you've been there, great, you
Oh, yeah.
see. So I went there, and of course, I had been trained as a folklorist, ethnomusicologist.
Yes.
I talked to everyone. So after the tour, it wasn't like I was going to say, okay, goodbye, I'm leaving. Uh, I was staying at a place that was walking distance from the Bob Marley Museum. So I just took the whole day and started hanging out with the people who were around that place. One of the people, his name was Joseph Russell. They popularly knew him as Brother. That's another thing about Jamaica. Nicknames are very common in Jamaica.
Oh, yes.
People just give you nicknames there. So most people are not known by their names like Joseph Russell. If you say you want to talk to Joseph Russell, people won't know who you're talking about. You say
That,
you want to talk to Braga, they say, oh, he's right over there.
yeah,
You see?
man.
Yeah, yeah, man. Him there about. So um, I was talking to Braga, and he was telling me about how he used to work for Bob and the errands he used to run for Bob. He used to, they press records and he'd distribute them for Bob on a bicycle. So he'd be telling me all that. So it was really great to talk to Braga about that time, the 60s, late 60s, with the Wailers and all that. So while we were talking, he says to me, "So you're a singer, what's your stage name?" I said, "I don't have a stage name." He said, "Why? You are King Isaac." And I said, "Wow,
Ah.
that's where the name came from." So how many songs have I recorded since? More than 100, and 7 albums and many singles. So yes, It's been a labor of love.
Wonderful. Which one was nominated for the awards?
The one that I did with Gregory Isaacs. I did an album in 2010 with Gregory Isaacs, and in 2011, it was nominated for a Grammy.
Yes.
Yes.
No, wow. Many of you always wanted to meet a nominated Grammy. You have one right in front of you. His catalog has about 95 of the songs, all listed on YouTube, free for you
Yes.
in the bio down. Go listen to the music. I myself, I knew about Bob Marley music. I loved Bob Marley music. When Lucky Dube started singing, whoo, gave me a labor of love. And if I had known I can run and sing, I would have started. Talk
You have
about
to have a basic singing ability. The running just strengthens it.
talk about young people who were watching this and they say, I want to get started on this journey. I love music. I hear it. I boom boom. But how do I start and go in the footsteps of Dr. Isaac Kalumbo? What would
Yeah.
you tell those young people?
Yeah. Music is not a chancing thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
Don't do it unless you are convicted in your heart that you are
Oh,
a songwriter or a singer.
conviction.
Yeah, you have to have conviction. You have to believe it, believe it, believe it. You have to believe it to a point of knowing it, that what you have is what people want out there. If you don't have that, you won't make it in music. Music is just too brutal, too costly. There are
Mm,
too many heartbreaks. So music is not for chances. Music is not for people who are looking for money. If you are looking to make money in music, yes, you can make music, but it won't be in songwriting or singing. If you are looking to make money with music as a venture, let's put
mm,
it that way, as a venture, you can be a promoter, you can be a studio owner, you can be a manager of a band or an artist. You'll make money tomorrow because when you are a promoter, you bring the band in, they perform, and you get the money from get takings. If you are if you want to be a studio owner, you just invest in a studio,
yes.
and people will come and pay you to record in your studio. You'll make money tomorrow. But if you want to be a singer, it takes time and it requires patience and it's very uncertain. So most people who become singers, successful singers, are not thinking about the money. It's
Yeah.
a calling. You have to be thinking about the song and you singing it and people being happy about it. That's the requirement.
Very good. That's amazing advice. I wrote the entire page.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But you also mentioned we've had already one success nominated for a Grammy Award. Can you share one of the heartbreaks?
Oh, in music,
Glad to music? Yes.
oh man, music is that's
That's
the
the
middle
one.
name of music. Music is called music, heartbreak music.
That's the middle name. Music. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
there are just too many heartbreaks in music. Um, well, one of the biggest ones that I'm facing right now is that whole catalog of songs that can't be heard because music has changed and the streaming, getting streams is hard. Back then in the 80s and 90s, once a record company picked your music, they broadcast it everywhere. They put it on every radio station.
Yes.
Everybody would get to know. Now it's all on you. So I have a lot of great music that nobody knows. That's tough.
Oh my. Okay.
And it's not cheap to make that music. You see?
Yes. So you
So
invest the
that's the
money, you so you become kind of like when I started Nyaka. You do the website, you do the marketing, you do the writing, you do the editing,
yes.
or in the whoa, whoa.
Yeah. You
So
see?
Many of us
So
just see the person performing and go, wow, that's
yeah,
so
to
amazing. You don't know the background, and really this opens that curtain for some of us, including myself, what it
and
takes.
that background is really why I want to discourage. Everybody wants to encourage, encourage, encourage. I want to discourage people who think that when they get in music, they're going to make money next year.
Yes.
That's not going to happen. You're not going to make money next year. If you are starting to this year, give it 5 years if you are fortunate, if you are blessed. You know, that's not to say you can't make money next year. Sometimes people one hit wonders. Sometimes people just show up, they meet the right people, the connections are just amazing, and wonderful things happen. It can happen. But for the vast majority of musicians, it does not happen that way. For the vast majority, any musician you talk about, well, not any, but 90% of them, they'll tell you of a long journey before they got. So talk about your Bob Marleys, your Gregory Isaacs, all these big artists. None of them made it next year.
It's a process. But
It's a
this ties
process.
into what we've been teaching young people. You see, there is this fast food restaurant mentality.
Yes.
I can pull up at McDonald's, order cheeseburger, eat
Yep.
and go within
Yep.
five, within 3 minutes. I'm back in the office.
Right.
People has started thinking that to be successful, you can also go through the fast food drive-in.
Yeah.
Get out of college, make 2 million, and buy the same Range Rover as the singer and live in the same neighborhood. All of it.
Right.
Women have done it because they can
Mm.
sell themselves.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
somebody loves them so much or whatever and buys them that thing.
Yeah.
Brothers,
Yeah.
but
So
even when
for
you do it that quickly, it is not sustainable.
it's not sustainable. What lasts is what you've put work in.
Yes. Enjoy the
And enjoy the process and don't give up too easily.
exactly.
That's another, especially in music. Do not give up. If you have the qualities that I mentioned at the beginning, you
Yes.
believe you have it. You believe you can convince people to like your music.
Mm.
Do
Go
not give up. Never give up. Even if you go in and you sing off tune and the crowd says boo, 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 do not give up. Go back, fix your voice, come back, try it again. You know.
perfect. That's a great advice, and is leading me to uh, want to make it precise, close out soon. But please do share also, since you are a man of all these juggling, all these buckets.
Mhm.
I also, by the way, FYI, Zim is so close to this channel and so close to me personally. Last year, our chair of the board for Nyaka is from Zim.
Oh, is that so?
Ever smile. The treasurer of Nyaka on the board for the last 3 years, including still serving Cornelius, Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Hosted Shingi, who you've collaborated with on this channel. People you can
Yeah.
go and find Shingi. We've hosted Wende Masuka, who was one of the fellows in Sitco in farming. So
Yeah.
Zim has been, I think we've hosted more people from Zim and Uganda more than any other country. So
I
that
did not know that.
that tells you something. You are in a company of greatness. Every time somebody comes to this channel, we do ask them a concluding question. But before I ask you that question, please take a few minutes and talk about anything you want to talk about that I didn't ask you about. I know it is a lot, but
Yes, you did ask it, but I didn't get to answer it.
yes.
And that is my Mbarara connection.
Uganda.
Uganda, yes,
Yeah.
beautiful country, beautiful people. I can't wait to get back there. I was in Mbarara during COVID in 2020,
Yes.
and I really, really wanted to go to Nyaka.
Yes.
But the timing, Jackson being there and his travels and my travels, they were just not gelling. We just couldn't find a perfect spot for me to be able to travel there. But I had gone to Mbarara to meet with some friends, just needed a break from all the work and everything, right? So I flew out there, and I was in the hotel room one evening, and I hear some wonderful music coming outside from the park area. It was like a little park, a little garden area at the hotel.
Yes.
Some guys playing some sweet, sweet music. To start with, I tried to ignore it,
Yeah.
but the musical bone in me said, you know, you are not going to be staying in this room when that music is playing. Get out there and find out what's going on.
Yes.
So I went
No,
out there. Sorry.
no, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. So I went out there and found these young people playing great music, and they had a great energy and a great vibe. I said, I was hearing right. These guys are fantastic. So I waited until they finished. And then I said, you guys, who are you? So they were telling me what they do, how they play around town and that kind of thing. And I said, do you do any recordings? They said, yeah. I said, do you know of a good producer? They say, we know an excellent producer. I said, are you serious? They said, yeah. And at that time, I had been writing this song, and I was thinking I want an East African feel on this song,
Yes.
you know? So I said, do you think I can talk to this producer? They say, yeah, let me give you his number. So they gave me his number, gave me his name, Deus Kabagambe.
Demus.
So,
Whoa.
right.
Yeah.
So I've called Deus, and he says, come tomorrow. Come to the studio tomorrow. I said, tomorrow? He says, yeah. I'm like, wow, this is great, you know? So I went to the studio, and he had already lined up the band, man. The band was there. They were waiting, those same young people that I had heard playing fantastic
Ah,
music. And we just started working. I sang the bass line to the bass player. He caught it, you know. Then I said, you have the foundation of the song. Now fill it in. And Deus is an excellent musician. So he guided the band, and we did one beautiful piece which has Runyankole words, Swahili words, Shona words, and Zulu words. And it's
whoa.
called Mugore Wanje.
Mugole
And
wanje Deus Kabagambe ninjira wayehulirira munywani wawe wa Michigan omwakozire nawe music ngugwe yakuramusa mugole wanje meaning my bride.
My Bride, that's the meaning of the song. And guess what happened after that? We were in a hurry to finish the song, and I was going to leave the country. So, to leave the country during those days, you had to go and get a COVID test.
Yes.
I went to get my COVID test. They told me, come back tomorrow. I went back the next day to pick up my COVID test because the following day I was going to get out of the country. So the lady just handed me the results. I took the results, and it's a long paper with a lot of jargon. So I said, ma'am, where does it say I'm okay to travel tomorrow? I just want to see that part. She said, no, it doesn't say that. I said, what do you mean? She says, you're not going anywhere. I said, what? She says, 10 days in Uganda. I
Wow.
couldn't believe it. I'm like, I didn't plan for this. I want to be home for Christmas. She said, no, you're not going home. So you have Christmas here and 10 days, you know? So I said to myself, what am I going to do with these 10 days? I went back to Deus. I said, Deus, do you know anybody who does videos? I was thinking, I'm already in Uganda,
Yeah.
and the sites are different here. The dancers are different. The song I just did is a Ugandan song. Why not get Ugandan dancers doing Ugandan dances? It's
Yes.
going to make it really great. So we arranged it. I went and got a new outfit. Well, I had 10 days, so I had all the time now.
You are not in a rush. Yeah.
I went and got a new outfit. We put it together. The video came out, and those dancers were fantastic. I mean, there's no place in the world that I've played that video and people say, where did you get these guys from? Well, they come from Mbarara, Uganda. They are amazing, energetic, acrobatic dancers, just beautiful. And when you see that video, oh man, it's wonderful. You know, really, really wonderful. So that's my Mbarara story, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mugole wanje.
Yes,
I'm surprised you didn't literally actually get Mongolia. You know that region is endowed with beautiful women also.
it sure is. I might just go back
Please
and
do come
and
back.
fix my mistakes.
We will be good in-laws. Once, and I remember telling you, you were in Mbalala,
Yeah.
2 more hours you would have been at Nyaka. But
Yes.
combination of COVID, combination of bad travel schedules, we missed to get you to Nyaka, but we'll get back there. And
Yeah, we'll make it happen. I want to go back to particularly that region. I want to go back there and go and see the cattle because the Banyankole cattle, they're a special breed of cattle.
yes, it's
So
especially
I'd like
big
to
horns.
see. Yeah, yeah, very, very unusual. I'd like to see them, take pictures next to them, all that kind of stuff.
They have built an amazing lodge called Mbulala, which is the type of grass that those, the name Mbulala means type of grass that those Nyankole
Cattle eat.
eat. So
Okay.
you can stay next to the cows, get a tour, milk them, and
Wow.
then see if you end up marrying a woman in that region. Get a lot of those cows to live with the family. So I'm prepared with lots of green money in a dollar,
All right.
buy some cows. Would love to have you as our in-law. Isaac, for anybody who is listening, really look up the song Mugole Wanje. The producer in Mbalala, Deus Kabagambe, we greet you, we thank you. We are going to wrap up, but every guest we've had here on one with TJK, we ask them one question.
Yes.
Finish with. What advice would you give yourself when you were 18, knowing what you know now?
Mm. Get to Christ faster.
Amen.
Yeah, get to
Yeah,
Christ faster.
on
That's it.
get to Christ faster. Oh my goodness. I have a huge testimony about that.
Yeah.
Christ faster is our parting words by professor, director, singer, songwriter, YouTuber, friend, brother Isaac. Thank you for making time. And may you continue to sing. May you continue to inspire so many, to mentor so many. May your mentees also grow to mentor others. So we don't just be one-dimensional people. We can continue to do what we love, but also inspire others to follow their passions in whatever journey it takes. We thank you. We appreciate you. Sing us out of here.
Mgore wanje, ndagukunda chane chane mgore wanje, muke wangu. Yeah, one love.
Thank you. One love.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God
And
bless you too, my brother.
yes, sir.
Thank you.
And that is it for today. Subscribe, share, and follow King Isaac on YouTube. We'll send also other links that you can follow. We continue to inspire, we continue to learn, relearn, and unlearn together as a community.